Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to create this missing mouth look. If you'd like to know how I did it, please keep watching. Hi everyone, for this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a missing mouth look. Obviously once I get to a certain stage in doing this I'm not going to be able to talk to you, so if you'd like to know how to create a missing mouth look, keep watching. So first of all I'm going to take I need some micropore tape. It's just what they use to hold bandages on and stuff like that, and it's not terribly sticky, but just to make sure, just like stick it on the back of your hand and peel it off, because you don't want it too sticky on your lips or it's going to hurt. And I'm going to stick it over there like that and put some latex over the top and some tissue paper, and I'll show you how it looks. So keep watching. Okay, so as you can see I'm sticking some tape over my mouth and I'm just making sure it covers my mouth from corner to corner and just taking off any extra bits. The size of my mouth. And talking to myself there. So just going to stick that back over the top now. Now I've sorted the size of it out that I want. And I've got a couple of little gaps in each corner, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit of tape there to cover those up. And another layer of tape over the top, slightly longer, just to make sure I've got all that mouth covered. Like so. And another bit on the other side. Like that. Okay. Any bits where it looks a bit weird, like if it's making your cheek stick in, you can always cut off any excess tape just so you can get it smoother in the corners. Okay, now I think I'm getting the latex ready, so let's have a look. Yep, I'm going to get some liquid latex and cover the tape up with that. In the end I didn't use tissue paper because I found, or did I? Actually no, I think I did. Let's have a look. Got a sponge and some liquid latex. I'm just going to put the liquid latex over the top of the tape and keep it as smooth as I can. So I'm smoothing it down as I'm applying it. Putting plenty around the mouth. I don't want to go too far over the edges of the tape, just enough to help blend it in a little bit more. And just use extra latex just to fill in any little gaps in the corners, just to try and even it out as best as I can, like so. Then I'm just going to use my mirror and try and fan it a little bit just to help it dry off a little bit. Oh, itchy nose. Just waiting for the latex to dry off a little bit. Scratch my face and fan it a little bit more. Oh, just found a little tiny bit sticking up, so I'm just going to take that off. It was just a little lump in the latex from where I applied it. And once I've patted it I can feel that the latex is fairly dry. So now I'm going to take some cream foundation and apply that over the top of the tissue. This is just to get rid of the white colour of the tissue. This is just to get rid of the white colour of the tape, just to start helping it to blend in with the rest of my face. And I'm just putting a little bit around the edges too, just to help it blend in a little bit more, because my face is quite red while I was filming this, because I filmed 2 tutorials previously. So in the end I actually found that I needed a bit more foundation around as well. As you can see, I'm starting to blend it up into my cheeks just to get rid of the redness and to help blend it in a bit more, just to cover that redness up. And a little bit on the other side. Okay, then I'm going to take an eyeshadow and a fluffy-ish brush, and I'm just going to use some browns in the eyeshadow, and I think I used a bit of like a reddish colour as well. I'm just using that to try and break up the solid block of colour over my mouth, and then blending that with my fingers. It's just to help blend it in a little bit more and stop it being such a solid block of foundation colour. And it also breaks up the edges because it looks fairly straight on the mouth, so it just breaks it all up and just adds to the effect. And then I'm just emphasising the little cleft thing in my lip, you know, the like Cupid's bow thing, because I just thought it looked kind of odd having that and then the missing mouth, so I just thought it added to the effect a little bit. That's me just emphasising it a bit more with some shading and blending that out. And then I'm just touching up anywhere where I've rubbed off a bit of the makeup and just applying a bit more of like a beigey colour mixed with a bit of brown over the top, and then blend that in a little bit more. As you can see, and I'm going to apply a bit of foundation powder over the top just to help keep that cream foundation in place. I'm using a nice big fluffy brush for that and just patting that over the top. That helps blend it in a bit more as well. And just swirl that around. I'm puffing out my cheeks so I can get all the tape. Just helps spread all that powder around so I cover every area of the tape. And then I noticed I've got a little dent where I've accidentally shaded a little bit too much, so it looks like I've got a big dent. So I'm just putting some white eyeshadow over that just to decrease the amount of shadow in that little dent in the tape, and puff it out my cheek so I can get the shadow right into that little dent in there. More foundation powder over the top just to make sure everything's all nice and blended in, like so. Obviously this would be ideal if you were doing like a alien face look or the silence or something like that. If you're doing like a Deadpool look, and obviously you could apply a bit more latex just to blend it out a bit more, so it would be less obvious. But I just wanted to show how you could do a basic blocking out of your lips to create a missing lip effect. I applied a bit of foundation to my chin just as well, and just applying a bit of powder over the top. And any dark shadows I'm just putting a bit of white powder on just to help blend it a bit. I've got a couple of bumps in the latex from where I puffed out my cheeks to apply that one bit of powder, so that's why it doesn't look quite as smooth as it did. I decided to add a bit of shading to the sides of my cheeks, just to change the shape of my mouth a bit more. Just wanted to see what effect that would have. Just having a play with it really here now, just seeing what I could do with the effect. and what I could do with the eyeshadow. And then a bit more face powder, just anywhere where I felt it was needed, and also to blend those dark shadows I've just put into my cheeks. And that's it. That's how to block out your mouth and create a no mouth look. Thank you for watching, and hope you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. Hello.